There we go. So we're just getting started with the smudge. So everybody just get comfortable where you're sitting or resting. With your breath, sink your roots into Mama Earth. With your heart, open up your awareness. Let everything that is sitting on the inside and just bubbling to come out, let it move through all the layers out to your energy field, out into the auric field that surrounds your body. And I take the sacred smoke. I start at the crown of your head. I bring it down around your third eye, clearing, letting go, releasing. Around your throat. And your heart. Deeper around the middle of your body. Around your belly. And around your roots all the way to Mother Earth. Aho. Now, I'm going to use my rattle and invite all of our ancestors, all of our spiritual allies to surround us with love and light and the protection that keeps us safe while we do this intimate work. Whatever I say, be sure that you're calling in your own personal relationship with your allies. Oh, ancestors. See all of us here before you now. We honor your ways. We call to you, our animals, helping spirits, star family, soul tribe. All of you who've been with us on our many earth walks. Join us here and now in sacred medicine space. Winds of the south, we call to you and to Sachamama, great serpent. Mother, sister, serpent, wrap your great coils of light around us as we prepare to continue to shed the wounds of the past like you shed skins, all in one piece. We seek the beauty way, to be surrounded with love and walk upon the earth with love from the center of our hearts. Be with us, guide us, and protect us on this journey into healing. Aho. Winds of the west, we call to you, to Otorongo Jaguar. Oh, dark sun, with your sharpened teeth and claws, slash and shred these old skins so they can be composted, mulched to grow new things. We seek right alignment with the past, healing for what has gone before. Help us die to what no longer serves, to come into right alignment with our own unique way of embracing our shadows and reclaiming our power. Be with us, guide us, and protect us. Amen. Winds of the north, oh ancient ones, grandmothers and grandfathers, come, be with us, be with us. Help us feel your wisdom deep within, listening to your words, receiving your healing, and carrying it forward for those who are to come. And hummingbird, royal hummingbird, come be with us, helping us to find the blossom that holds the nectar of knowledge meant just for us. We seek right alignment with time itself, to come into this space of centered stillness in the middle of chaos. Be with us, guide us, and protect us. Aho. And we call to the east, the winds of the east, to the great eagle and condor, who show us the way to the new light, the new day. Help us come into right alignment with the future, the new world we are dreaming into being, as we release the pain, shame, drama, trauma, fear, guilt, and pain that have held us down and kept us back. Be with us, guide us, and protect us. Aho. Pachamama, Great Earth Mother, we come here for the healing of all your creations, plant people, stone people, fin, furred, feathered, two-legged, four-legged, many-legged. One people, one planet, Mama. Help us remember we all belong. Guide us and protect us. Aho. Great Spirit, Father Sun, Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sky, Great Star Nation, home. Come, be with us, be with us. We are here together to call upon you to help us find the solution to the unsolvable, to find the love where there seems to be only hate. Help us bring life from death and find our own truth in the center of all these extremes that remind us ever and ever again that we have a unique position in this world, and our hearts, our breath, our lives make a difference. Be with us, guide us, and protect us, you who are of 1,000 names, but whose name is unknown. Aho. Okay. Wow. All right. So now I'm a little discombobulated here. And that's because, first of all, it looks like my thing isn't charging. Hang on just a second. We want to be sure that I continue to charge. Yep, I do. All right. Those of you who follow me on Facebook or get my emails, you know that I have been, I have to move. The new owners of this place want to build other things on top of it. So I have to move. And so I've been in the middle of some difficulties around that because of their desire to do things before I have even left. So it's been really discombobulating, and I actually have part of my household already moved in because of that. So I apologize for any lack of organization. Also, Robin was going to be here. She's not going to be here till the 7 o'clock, and the 7 o'clock is going to be different from the 4 o'clock. So if you want in on that, just go back and register, and you'll get the Zoom for that. So real quick, shamanic weather. It's really, when I picked the date to do this, I didn't look at any of the stars or anything like that. I just looked at my calendar. I said, what's the best day for me to be able to offer a healing circle around all of this excruciating pain that I'm feeling around this unbelievable war. I still just can't believe it. I am astounded at what's happening. And it turned out to be Monday today. And we're really riding the waves of an amazing cosmic alignment of multiple personal planets, with the biggest planet in the sky plus the sun. So a lot of personal energy is activated right now, and us combining this personal energy right on the edge of the 0 degree of Aquarius, which is not where the sun is, but where Venus and Mars just met. For us to be doing this right now, we are really tapping into a huge transformative force. So groups that are doing things like this, I believe, are going to help contribute to whatever energy waves are possible to bring some sort of resolution to this insanity that's going on, and bring healing inside of us so that we're contributing to the overall healing, and not continuing to tap into and contribute to the pain and the grief, the I can't do anything about this sort of feeling that some people have. So with that, that's like my little mini shamanic weather for you. And keep being in connection with people who are of a like mind, who want to see solutions, who want to do whatever's possible to offer some sort of relief, some sort of support, some sort of options for folks who are, especially the ones trapped in Ukraine right now. Now, I had asked Christina, who is Ukrainian American, right? You're both. And she, of course, has family in multiple places in the Ukraine. And I had asked her, did you want to share any stories about can you give us something that's real as opposed to filtered or dramatized? What something that's real, and whatever you feel comfortable sharing. We're interested in hearing about it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mara. Excellent. So my name is Christina Chomut. In Ukrainian, it's Christina Chomut. I am first generation Ukrainian American. My father was born in Buchach. My mother's family is from Lviv, all in Western Ukraine. We currently have family in Lviv, in Western Ukraine, in Buchach, in Kiev, and in Odessa, which is in the Crimean coast on the south of Ukraine. We have also colleagues, friends, and individuals who we're connected to. In addition to, I was born here in the States on the East Coast of New York, but my family has really deep roots, not only because we still have those familial connections, those cultural connections, but also I, a few years ago, launched a sex trafficking intervention program in Western Ukraine, working with orphaned youth. So we use photography as a medium of intervention and advocacy. So we work with youth to document their own circumstances and advocate for social change in their own lives, to be able to build self-efficacy, language acquisition, confidence, and connections in their community before they exit their internats or orphanages, boarding schools, in which they're most susceptible to being trafficked. And so I've started this project as a humanitarian initiative. And so we have a lot of connections in the communities in Ukraine through partnerships, as well as supporting agencies and NGOs. A little bit about myself. My background is in journalism, photography, and I've worked in the nonprofit sector for about 12 years. I was hoping to share with you all today a little bit of historical background, some just easily digestible information. I know there's a lot of information coming from all sides in the news. Things are coming in and it's very, very difficult to absorb, to process, and to release. And so I would just encourage all of you to just take the space and the time that you need, even as we're all being here and sharing space together. If there's any time we need to take pause, if you'd like me to slow down a little bit, or if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm very open and transparent. I've also, as a context, I've worked with Mara for years. I've participated in multiple shamanic trainings, and we're soul sisters, I do believe. I find it to be an honor and a privilege to share this space with you all. And thank you first and foremost for letting me have the time to be able to share with you a little bit about Ukraine. In Ukraine, or in Ukrainian, we say Ukraina. That's actually the word for Ukraine. And a little bit of information about, so Ukraine has been an occupied country for almost all of its existence. Aside from 1 year in 1917, Ukraine has been occupied by oppressors, I would say, other countries, other people, and being part of the Soviet from 1919 through 1991, when the Soviet broke, there was still a really big stronghold and occupation and oppression coming from Russia, because that was not in their best interest, this democratic kind of release in the Soviet. And so Ukraine has continuously been part of an effort to become truly independent, as there's been a lot of policies over the last 20 years, 30 years that have been in the best interest of Russia and not in Ukraine. That includes the oligarchs in Ukraine, as well as some of the parliament members and past presidents. Not sure if you all remember the uprising in 2014, but it was the Ukrainians overthrew the government because they were trying to become part of the European Union at that time. And the Ukrainian president at that time had affinity for Russia. All of his policies were in favor of Russia, and he made the decision to back out of the European Union agreement at the last minute because, again, it was in Russia's best interest. And so the people rose up, they overthrew the president, as well as some of the oligarchs and parliament, and the president at the time fled to Russia and was in exile there. So This is something really deep in the history of Ukraine, is this sense and this need for independence. And you can probably see it in the way that the Ukrainians are fighting for their freedom and fighting to continue to push back against those in effort to oppress them, oppress the Ukrainian culture. During the Soviet, Ukrainians were not allowed to speak their language. They were not allowed to practice their own cultural traditions. They were not allowed to show their Ukrainian flag, anything about their heritage. And so they were jailed or exiled or killed if any of these things were to happen. Also, during the time and rule of Stalin, there was a period where they Russia willfully and the Soviet willfully starved over 3 million Ukrainians. And they did so as a part of an ethnic cleansing. And because the Soviet was so closed off from the rest of the world, there wasn't a lot of information shared. There weren't journalists going into the country like there are now. There wasn't social media. There wasn't an ability to connect with a larger, broader global community. And so dictators like Stalin, like Hitler, were able to get away with these atrocities. And so I think what we're seeing right now is this global unity, people uprising, not only in Ukraine, but across the globe. Because we know
Christina,
that, yes.
I want to interject here because that is exactly it. That is exactly it. All the history points to this singularity of we will be independent. We do not choose to be dominated, and you are in the illusion that you can dominate us. And it is that intrepid spirit that is the unique individuality of each of us, no matter where we live, where we came from, where our ancestors came from, that is intrinsic, I think, in the people that are in the world today, and especially the folks that are in this circle. And what you're opening up with this information and this history is our ability to tap into how does it relate to us? How are we feeling this? Because there's been this unique bond created between us and the people of Ukraine. I think of folks like you who I personally know and care deeply about, who happen to be from Ukraine, and that just gives me like a double tap on the heart, a boom boom on the heart, like wow, this whole situation blows me away. And then, oh my God, I have people that are very personally involved. But I think all of us, and since most of us here have a shamanic tendency, we can feel it rippling through the cells as our ancestors and our past lives are all connected to similar situations. It seems like where we are right now is a super unique place in that the whole world can see what's happening real time. It can see the effects real time. And people like never before are opening up their doors and saying, come here, come be in my house, come be in my country. What do you need? Let's get it for you. I mean, all over the world. I'm heartened by that, as well as blown away by what's brought this all on. So I understand you have some images you wanted to share.
I do. So let me go ahead and share screen. And can everyone see this okay? Great. So this is a Ukrainian flag. For those that don't know, the blue represents the sky and the yellow represents the fields. So Ukrainian is an incredibly fertile country, providing food to a lot of Eastern European countries. And this is one of the reasons that it's such a desirable area, as well as, so much of the geopolitical reasons that there's interest in that specific country. This symbol in the middle is actually not part of the Ukrainian flag, but you'll see it often. And so I just wanted to share with you a little bit of history and context. So this is called the Trezub. And so let me sorry, I don't know if I can chat while I'm going to share with you some transliterations of Ukrainian words that I say once I'm done sharing, because
Christina,
yeah.
I don't think we're going to have time for because it's only an hour.
Yeah.
But if you could just explain what this symbol means.
Yes, absolutely. So the Trezub, this is a coat of arms for Ukraine. It is the trident, Ukrainian trident. And you'll see it often with Ukrainians in cultural centers and churches, with Ukrainian representation. And so much like the Ukrainian people, there's a lot of symbolism that's happening here. So as it may appear one way as you see it, the trezub in its form, I just wanted to point out the representation behind it is that if you turn it on its side, it's actually a bird, and it represents freedom and flight and independence. And then if you turn it upside down, it represents a pitchfork for sowing the land and being able to have fertility so that we can continue on and feed the people not only of the region but throughout Eastern Europe and beyond. So I just wanted to share these images.
Can you flip it around so the trident's pointing upward again?
Absolutely.
I want to ask everybody a question.
Please.
Do you see what I see? The profile of two people facing each other, and they brought their hands up and they're touching.
Yes.
Do you see that? Do you see that,
Yes.
Christina? Is that one of the intentions of this symbol?
You know, I don't know. I was never educated on that component, but I love that that's what you're seeing.
Yeah, that because it seems to me like there's the Three Musketeers kind of thing of all for one and one for all in the spirit that we are perceiving of the Ukrainian people. Or I'll try to say it correctly, but not yet because I got to stay focused on this, and I have to use a whole other part of my brain to take on pronunciation. And Slavic languages are the harder ones for me to pronounce. So I will try that later. I want to thank you, Christina, for what you shared. I'm sorry I don't have more time for it because I promised everybody an hour, but wow, that I hope everybody feels more informed and just understands that there's so much history behind what's happening right now. That's part of the impact on our hearts, no matter if we never even really knew where Ukraine was on the map 2 weeks ago. Okay, does that make sense? All right.
May I share one more thing?
Oh, yeah.
Just something very, very simple that you all could do and pass along to friends, family, community that is in solidarity with Ukraine is when you speak about Ukraine, it is just Ukraine, not the Ukraine. So a lot of people reference Ukraine as the Ukraine because it was the Soviet Union, and we're all susceptible to it. So it's just something very, very simple in terms of language that honors the Ukraine or honors Ukraine and the Ukrainian people.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love that. It totally is true. I caught myself doing that in my posts, and I was like, oh wait, I need to not be doing that. I need to say Ukraine, and I didn't know why. I just knew, don't put the word "the" in front of it. It's not proper. Thank you. That's super helpful. And if people have questions for Christina, she'll give me whatever contact info she wants, and I will send it out with the post event email, and there'll be 2 of them. One will be automatic, and the other one will be one that I write up that includes links and things. So when you get the second one that has the links, that will have Christina's contact info. Okay. All right. So I want to do something here because I'm going to do a guided healing journey for you. And at 7 o'clock, we're going to be doing a despacho. Aini despacho is a Peruvian ceremony to bring right relationship. And upon this earth, where Ukraine is, where all the people have come together even before Ukraine was established, upon that earth is the love and the blood of all those who have lived and died there. And so we're bringing healing to the earth as well as to the people, so it can support all the positive changes that we're asking for. So we're going to be blowing into some leaves here. I think I'll get three, because three is a powerful number in the despacho ceremony. So I have these three leaves here, and I'm going to be having everybody blow into the leaves their intentions, their well wishes, their prayers for healing, for love, for kindness, for solutions. So everybody get centered where you're at right now. We're going to do a quick little breath here in order to be able to do this. I'm actually going to switch to the other camera that I have here. And it is focused on my altar, and I'm putting the leaves right here on the altar. Normally I would burn them, but I'm going to save them for addition to the despacho. So you can see the leaves, and you can either look at the altar or you can close your eyes and just take a breath. Put your hand over your heart and your other hand over your belly. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into your belly. Become aware of the part of you that is connecting with what's happening in Ukraine, for the people, for the animals, for the land, for the children, for the heart and blood of Ukraine. And feel how that connects with you. How does that connect with you? How are you personally relating to it? Ask yourself the depths of your center. Ask yourself, what is tugging on my heart? What is personally tugging on my heart? And ask for healing on that. Blow that into the leaves. Deeply inside, there's an answer to your own personal connection to Ukraine and to Russia. For there are two beings here, two entities, two societies in deep conflict. How does that conflict live within you? Ask for healing. Blow it into the leaf. What experiences have you participated in, witnessed, or simply learned about, maybe through family stories, that are similar to this? Like a song that's very similar but not the same. Like a taste or a scent, something that's similar but not the same, but still takes you right back to this place. Breathe into that. Good, 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 good. Blowing that into the leaf. Breathe into what visions are coming into your mind when you've heard the news, when you've had a dream, when someone's talked with you about it. You've had a vision deep, deep inside. What was that? Send healing to that vision. Blow that into the leaf. Give it all to the Pachamama to heal. When the time comes, these leaves will be offered to a despacho, a bundle, a medicine bundle that is made to bring this alignment, to bring this love into the earth, between us and all that is. And so we let that happen. We're going to let that go. Final breath, final prayer for yourself, for those you love, and for anyone that you wish to send it. Bringing ease whatever ease there can be. And then when you're done, come on back, open your eyes, here with us again. That's our start. Now I'm going to do a guided journey for you. And in it, we'll be doing some more healing. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat and I'll answer them afterwards. And if anybody wants to have a something they want to say, I'll make space for that after we do the healing journey, okay? All right, so you guys know my drum. I want to know if that sounds okay, if I'm talking and beating the drum, if that works for you. Yeah, you can hear that okay? That's good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this back over to the altar, so you can see the altar. And I want to point out, this is our fire for the altar right now, and I don't think it shows up very well on the camera, but I have a candle in there burning. The rest of the candles have to do with the 13th rite. I'll talk about that at another time. But this altar has already been set up for healing the feminine and working with this energy around war and David and Goliath, so to speak. And so the center is a conceptualized Native American woman, but I think it could be any of the mothers that are suffering right now because their children are at war. So the leaves are here, and this altar is holding space for us. This fire ceremony is holding space for us, and there's all the elements represented here. And we'll all together be connecting to the altar and to each other as we do this guided journey. So go ahead and again resettle into your seat wherever you're at. Let's take 3 breaths together just to line up. 1. 2. And 3. You begin simply by looking within yourself, within your heart, all the magic that is you. And as you look within, you see everyone that is here. All the people that have shown up for this ceremony. All their guides and power animals and helping spirits. Their ancestors. The many beings that are looking for healing right now. The souls that have left unexpectedly. They're all here. You see them together in this huge medicine circle. You hear your heart beating. In this circle, there is at least one shaman. They can look like somebody from a culture with which you're familiar, and maybe from something completely unknown. But they are here, both in bodies and in spirit. All the earth keepers, the wisdom keepers, the day keepers, all part of this prayer, this ceremony, this calling to the heart, this calling for healing. And you see them as they do their rituals, as they sing their songs. You see the ones that are closest to you, that relate to you personally. You may see them offer you something to drink or quintos to blow on. You may see them braiding straw or using animal fetishes in their prayers. Whatever they're doing, it's all part of the healing. Everyone like-hearted in this dream. Something changes. You hear the heartbeat, you feel it, but it's calling you away from the circle. And you walk out of the light of the fire into the darkness beyond. Quickly, your eyes adjust to the night sky, the starlight. And even better, your eyes change as if you are a different animal, so you can see more clearly the colors, the shapes of things. As you go deeper into this forest that maybe you've never seen before, but feels familiar and good. You are called to an ancient tree, hollowed out, but still alive. Deep roots gnarl above the surface of the earth, and branches climb high in the sky, studded with emerald green leaves. Although the tree is hollow with many openings, it is still vibrantly alive. And you step through one of the larger hollows to sit in the heart of the tree. In the heart of the tree, the light changes yet again. Yes, there's magic afoot. The tree is alive, for it is not hollow. The core of the tree, the heart of the tree, has transcended matter. It's become pure spirit. And you're sitting in the spirit heart of the tree. So of course the colors change. Of course your heart vibrates as you're completely immersed in this energy. You look at the sides of this hollow tree and you see little tiny beads of sap glistening, glowing like jewels. You feel, you hear, you see, taste, smell the aliveness of this tree. And slowly you feel your consciousness merge. Softly in the background, you hear the heartbeat of this tree, which is synchronized to the heartbeat of the Mother Earth. You feel the energy that's flowing through you as your channels open further. This is not your energy. This is far beyond you, but you are the perfect conduit, the perfect space, the doorway, the portal between the mystical and the physical, between time and timelessness. You hold that space now, and you feel upwelling from the earth this nourishment the tree draws upon, this lifeblood of Pachamama, her heartbeat. You feel the wisdom of many clans as they have given it to the earth over and over again. The Pachamama nourishes, and there is a great anchoring of life force energy for all who wish to incarnate and for all who wish to continue to interact with the many layers of earth, life, and awareness. Oh, it comes up those roots and it flows through your body, reaching up and out of you into the branches, up into the leaves of this beautiful tree. And you feel the answering call from Sky Father, from your higher self, from all things that are above the earth and watching, helping when they can, incarnating as the highest gift. And as you do this, you become aware of each leaf. For each leaf could be one of your own past lives. It could be a member of your soul family or a soul family close to you. Each leaf is a unique aspect of life. That energy, that wisdom, that connection pours down from above through the leaves, through the branches, and through the channels freshly opened within you. And now both are flowing at the same time. The earth energy upwelling through you, the spring tide, the hope ever renewed, ever renewed. Even when death occurs, new life is born. And from the sky, pouring through you, all the wisdom and experience of all these lives that have been. And they ask for healing, for your life, for your past lives, for your ancestral lines, healing around war and famine, healing around earth rape, healing around these horrible wounds that have scarred many lifetimes. May there be healing. May there be relief from suffering. May new understandings come to be, new bridges built. Feel that healing flowing through you to all your relations, overflowing from you to all who want to receive. This is not your energy. You are flowing it as a sacred conduit. It benefits you because it heals within you that which is affecting all around. This tree is a miracle of life between worlds. And yes, you are part of it. As this energy flows and you become accustomed to it, you see the beads of sap on the inside of this tree. And they become the stars gifting you. They become the tears of the tree of life, moving through the cycles of time, life, death, fallowness, and renewal. They become the seeds of healing. And as you watch these stars, these tears, these seeds, they flow around you and together and pour into your heart, filling your heart with all the possibilities, bringing you the healing that you need, and giving you the gift of being able to spread the stars, the tears, and the seeds wherever you wish. Receive, receive, receive. You hear chanting as you treasure these gifts to your heart. You hear chanting, and you get up, leaving the tree with deep gratitude and returning to the fire, where all the shamans are now chanting together, bundling up the despacho, the gift that will go into the earth, that will go into the flames. And you put some of your seeds into that despacho, your contribution to this offering. With the despacho, they clear your energy field, pulling out the last of whatever's in the way of being healed and sharing healing. And as they prepare to put it into the fire, they have you turn around. So you are not watching and waiting, but you are released from the despacho and from whatever it is that it needed to heal for you. You sing as you walk away, singing the chant of the fire or whatever chant would come through you personally. Peace just fills you up and spills out again to whoever might feel it, want it, desire it. And as you walk away from that fire and from that ceremony, feeling this new lift in your heart, you slowly feel yourself pouring back into your body. Feeling yourself reconnect to here and now. Feeling that heartbeat still in your belly and your heart. And feeling that gift come alive within you again. Be here now. Take another deep breath. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and come back to be with all of us. There you are. So all of that healing that we brought in for ourselves, we also shared with the earth and the sky as part of this intention we have for healing, for Ukraine, for supporting however we can. I included links that you can follow and give to something if you want to. And I know it's hard to pick because there's so many good causes. And this need will continue for some time. Even if everything is resolved today, which would be wonderful, there will be much recovery needed as so much infrastructure has been damaged. And I believe, if I'm correct, the just the wheat output alone from Ukraine represents what, like 12% of the world's wheat imports. They export from Ukraine or import from Ukraine. So that's a lot of food that feeds a lot of the world gets food from just that one crop. So they can't plant if they're in the middle of war. How do they do that? So you're invited to support in whatever way you can. Does anybody have any comments or questions? If you do, just unmute and start talking, because that's usually the easiest way to do it. No? You can interrupt it at any time if you do. It looks like there was a little bit of chat. Let me check that really quick. It's beautiful. Thank you, Christina. Beautiful heart. And thank you, Leslie. So I'm going to repeat this at 7. It'll be different because we'll do the despacho because Robin will be here with that. Is there anything that you would like to share right now, Christina, to add to what we've already done that you feel would be helpful, or anything that's personal for you that we would like to support you with?
Thank you, Mara. That was beautiful. I would love to leave us with one last Ukrainian phrase in line with just love and connection. So this is a phrase I heard from, I think, pretty much from the moment I was born. This is a phrase that's widely used across Ukraine, be it in all relationships, all walks of life. It's, I'm putting it in the chat in its transliteration. It's Ya Tabe Lublo. And it means, I give my love to you.
Thank you so much. Christina, thank you so much. Ya Tabe Lublu.
Perfect.
It's because I noticed there's a back of the throat action on some of the vowels. And so yeah, that it's so powerful to know things in the language of the people. It pulls in a whole energy of connection and empowerment when we can do that. So I think I'll have Christina stay on a little bit afterward. I'll make a separate video where you're talking about some of these things so that I can share it with everybody. Does that sound good?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's terrific. Are there any last minute questions or comments from anyone? Okay, if you're keeping tabs on me, you're going to want to be sure you're on my mailing list. Just go to my website, maraclearspring.com, and when you find an email from me, just drag it to your inbox, tell Gmail or whoever you're talking to not to stick me in some other weird folder. It happens all the time, and then people don't know that I sent them an email, and it's sad because I'm trying to connect, I'm trying to stay connected, but it is what it is. We'll just do the best we can. And yeah, if there's anything that you would like to do to share from this, like I said, I will share the link. And then if you have anyone you want to share the video with so they can get the great information that Christina gave, they can have some of that that opportunity to blow blessings into the quintos. I'll have a virtual despacho like open for some time, probably until the full moon, and do another bundle on the full moon to gather up all those energies. If you do fire ceremony, after we get off, I suggest you do a fire ceremony to keep the clearing for yourself. Whenever we have energy work like this in a group and we tapped into more than the beings that are here, remember there could be side effects. So I'd like you to drink a lot of water, maybe replenish your electrolytes, and potentially smudge yourself before you go to bed so that you can have as clear and energetic experience in the dream time as possible. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody. And Christina, you stay on, okay? Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you so much. And the sacred space I'm leaving open because we're going to have a second group here. But for everybody else's personal guides and allies, unless for some reason you want to stay because you want to be part of the second circle, you are given so much gratitude. You are released to go home with all of your individual folks that you're taking care of, and we will keep the lines of love and communication open. Aho. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you, Cindy. I'm gonna say goodbye to our last person. I'm just gonna put them in the waiting room. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna start another recording now.